Hi all, I'm super excited to announce Sweet Pea K.I.S.S. The K.I.S.S stands for Keeping It Simple Sew Along. We're starting this new additional monthly sew along for our amazing customers who sometimes don't have enough time to complete a big Sweet Pea project each month for a variety of reasons, and that is okay. We will still be running our normal sew along every month as well. Also, just a quick reminder, the Tree of Life sew along will be running for the whole month of July as well, to give everyone a chance to finish off the beautiful design. So, for the first K.I.S.S, we are making the Pretty Bloom placemat. This placemat can be made in the 5x7, 6x10 or 7x12 hoops. I will be showing you the stitch out of panel 2 and how to construct the placemat. If you enjoyed this tutorial, remember to like and subscribe. Let's have some fun. Begin by hooping up cutaway stabilizer in the hoop and load the design onto your machine. Then place batting 1 on top of the hoop and stitch down. When laying down batting, we use the pink thing to keep it lying flat, so it doesn't bunch up under the needle. Once stitched down, remove the hoop from your machine and trim the batting about 1 to 2 millimeters from the stitching using your applique scissors. Stitch the placement line for the first piece. Place fabric A right side up on top of the hoop, covering the placement line, and stitch down. Remove the hoop from your machine and trim the fabric about 1 to 2 millimeters from the stitching. Leave the excess fabric in the seams. Embroider the quilting on fabric A. Repeat the applique process with the next piece using fabric B. Trim, leaving the excess fabric in the seams. Embroider the quilting on fabric B. Embroider the satin stitch along the piece. Repeat the applique process with the next piece using fabric C. Trim, leaving the excess fabric in the seams. Embroider the quilting on the piece. Embroider the satin stitching along the piece. You have now completed the stitch out of panel 2. Remove your work from the hoop and trim the seams to about 1/2 inch using a rotary cutter and ruler. Here you have the completed panel. Hold aside and follow the instructions for the remaining panel. Lay out your placemat in the order you would like, with the long side of the panels together. Place the first 2 panels right sides together, and pin along one edge, lining up the border stitching the best you can. Take your time with this process. Take the pin panels over to your sewing machine and sew a 1/2 inch seam, sewing just inside the border lines already on the panels. Open the seams and iron them flat. If you use faux leather, it's a good idea to use some fabric, so you're not putting direct heat from the iron on the faux leather. Then press it firmly on a hard surface. To add the backing, first measure the length and width of your placemat and make sure your pieces of fabric E, the backing, are large enough. Place the 2 pieces of fabric E right sides together on your table. Pin and stitch a 1/2 inch seam along one edge, leaving a 4 to 6 inch gap in the middle to turn the placemat through. Press the seam open. Place your sewn placemat on top of fabric E, right sides together. Lightly pin. Stitch a 1/2 inch seam just inside the border stitching. Trim the edges of your placemat to a 1/4 inch and clip the corners. Then turn the right way out through the opening in the backing seam. Run the point of a chopstick or that pink thing along the seams on the inside. This will help the placemat sit flat. Hand stitch the opening closed. You can alternatively use fabric glue to close the opening. Stitch in the ditch. Along the longer seam, we stitched using an invisible monofilament thread in the needle and a bobbin thread that matched the backing fabric. We do not suggest using invisible thread on both sides as it tends to unravel over time. Give your placemat a good press. Your placemat is now finished. Enjoy. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed Sweet Pea's first kiss. I can't wait to see everyone's beautiful placemats. Details for the sew along will be in the description. See you next time.